Today, I have a story from Allison Steele and her son Isaiah. Well, you'll hear the story, but I'm racing for her son Isaiah, and I'm just going to read her story the way she sent it to me. I'm not going to change anything. So here we go. My story is unlike most, and I live with the biggest heartache I could ever feel. 3 years ago, I was pregnant with my second son. While with my first, we went into preterm labor. I knew my risks were high, but I was never ready for what happened. After a long night of no sleep and tons of pain, it was 9:30 in the morning on September 23rd, 2012. I was just waking up to go in and have my morning potty when it all happened. I remember like it was all this morning. I ended up having to crawl from my bed to the bathroom and lift myself up to go. As I was squatting to sit, my little Isaiah just fell out. I went into extreme breakdown and didn't know what to do. I was home with my roommate and my 3-year-old son. I was locked in the bathroom. They had to break down the door to get in. I lost an extreme amount of blood, and the paramedics were afraid I wasn't going to make it either. I never had an autopsy done, although I had the option. However, I can't help but think my baby would have lived if he wouldn't have sat in the toilet as long as he had until my roommate broke in and helped me out. I fully understand that I was only 24 weeks and 3 days, but I am always reading how 22-week babies are surviving. What if I hadn't ever had my panic attack and he lived? I had no idea whether he was born alive or not. I can't help but think I could have 3 boys alive today if I had done things differently. That's a powerful story, Allison, and I appreciate you sending it to us. It takes real strength to write your story out and to send it to somebody that, frankly, you've never met. I am honored, absolutely honored to race for Isaiah, and honored to remember Isaiah, and just know that I'm praying for you guys every day. And I just want to make sure that you guys know that I'm for real. This isn't just a thing that I'm pretending to do. This is for real. We are expanding Team Crusher, though, because right now Team Crusher is me and a bunch of angels. And while angels have wings to help me, it doesn't do us a whole lot of good if I'm the only one who's remembering. So, I think that to help us remember, if you know any triathletes, if you know anybody who wants to run a triathlon, who maybe wants to get started, whatever. I would love it if they would get a hold of me, thedadwhodads@gmail.com. Find me on Facebook. You can find us at Team Crusher on Facebook. I want to make sure that that as many people remember as we can. And the power of prayer is phenomenal. So anybody who gets involved, they are going to make the same commitment I am to pray for you guys every day while they're training or whatever. And that's what I'm doing. So not only will it be me racing, but it'll be everyone else. It doesn't have to be an Ironman. It can be a super sprint, a sprint, Olympic, half. I don't care. As long as you're running triathlons. Right now we're triathlon specific. I don't want to convolute it and have it lose meaning to me and just have everybody running every race everywhere claiming to remember and not really doing much. So this is a high importance thing to me. So I want to make sure it's done right. Team Crusher is up and moving, man. And we're expanding. We're going to make it a real thing. Eventually, my dream for this, my Team Crusher dream, is that it becomes a nationwide thing. And we have athletes all over the place, and we have families all over the place. And what my ultimate goal is that I can match families up with athletes who are fairly close in proximity, and the families can go and be represented and represent themselves at the race that their athlete is at. I'd really like to get athletes and families together. I don't want it to be something that's impersonal and just happens. I want it to be a personal thing, and there's a lot of emotion tied to everything that we're doing here, and I don't want to just drop that and assume that it's not important. It's all kind of a whirlwind right now. Like, everything's going whoa in my head, and so I'm trying to slow it down, take baby steps, and make sure I'm doing it right. But my brain is going a million miles an hour, the spirit's going a million miles an hour, and I'm so ready for this to be huge. But we have to get there first. So I'll keep blogging, I'll keep vlogging, and I'll keep reading your stories, and we'll all remember together. Because you don't have to remember alone.